In this video, we're going to cover how to add data columns to a chart after the initial import. So let's say, for example, you import data into your chart, and after creating the chart and decorating it and adding customization, you decide, oh my goodness, I forgot salary fields and I forgot photos. Well, we're going to cover that particular use case. So stay tuned. We're about to walk into the solution for adding data columns after initial import. When it comes to OrgChart and automatically creating organization charts from Excel files, the Excel data is of utmost importance. And so here I've got an example, and we're presuming that you already know how to import data into OrgChart to create your final chart file. In this example, we have a chart whose hierarchy is based on employee number and manager ID number. We've got people's names and their titles, names of their primary managers. I'm going to import that file into the OrgChart program. As usual, we use the data and the import wizard. We step through the wizard using the correct file to import. I'm verifying the chart hierarchy, stepping through to fields that will be visible, which are going to be the employee name and the title. And then we simply finish this off, and we have our chart file. The chart file has been created, and we can take a look at the data within each one of the chart boxes. And as you will see, we're displaying the employee name and the title. And then we have a series of fields that came from our original Excel file, plus there's some calculated fields that OrgChart computed on the way in from the import process. But let's say in this case that we wanted to have salary and a photo file. So we've already created the chart, but we don't have those columns of data. How are we going to get salary and the employee photos into the program now that we've created this? We could start all over from scratch, but let's not do that. Instead, we're going to modify the Excel file. We're going to modify the chart file. I'm going to show you how we bring it all together to have an updated chart. So here's the chart file that we imported, the Excel file. And we have to add two columns to it. I'm going to add one for salary. I'm going to add another column for photo. And I'm going to fill all of those out. So I went and I filled out the two new columns with a salary column indicating currency and also a photo column, which indicates the name of the image file that is being kept in the same folder as the Excel file that we're importing. So I added those two columns, and I filled them out for each one of the employees in the organization. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add those same fields to the chart file so that we can bring the two together. So having added the fields within Excel, now we're coming over to the chart. We go to data and to the chart data set. And there's two fields that I'm going to add. One, which is going to be salary. You don't have to call it exactly the same thing that you calling it in the Excel file in this case, but I do have to make the type match. So it's a currency type, all right? And I can adjust the decimal points and so on. I'm going to add another field. We're going to call that one photo. And this is going to be an image type field. Okay, so I look down here for image and I click on that. So great, I've just added the two columns in our chart file that are also in the Excel file that we're going to be importing. With the chart file updated and with the Excel file updated, now we have to bring those two together so that they're talking to each other properly. For that, I'm on the Data tab and I'll go into Resync Properties. I'm going to step through and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be importing the actual file that has the updated fields in it. When I get to this particular dialog in the Resync Properties wizard, I've got a list of fields, and let's go to the bottom of this list. We have one called salary, which is what we have in the chart. We have to connect it to the field that's actually in the data that we're importing, and that's also called salary. There's a box here also to check, which is update the field, because I want this now to be connected on a continuing basis. So as we do resynchronization, that anytime the data changes in the data source, that being in this case the Excel file, that it'll automatically update within the chart file. The same thing we have to do for the photo. So we've got a photo file here. I'm going to check that off to update, and then we're going to finish this process. I always click on do not create for any changes in divisions. My next step is going to be to click on resync data. I will then customize each box to have the new fields of salary and the photo. Salary I'll put at the bottom, and because it's a number field, I'm going to put the label on. I'm going to say show the field title. I'll take photo, put that at the very top in this case, and then I'll do that for the entire chart. So as you can see, both photo and salary have been added for each one of these boxes in the chart. So now this is the example of how we've taken a file that originally had fewer columns, and we were able to add the columns salary and photo as an afterthought, and then be able to put that in the data, put it in the chart, and then bring them all together using the resync properties and the resync data process. So that's how you do it. If you got any questions, please give us a call. Email preferably support@officeworksoftware.com. Thank you.